Welcome to the Heart of Mathematics. Today I'll be discussing using the formula to solve quadratic equations. I'm going to start with this first one. 2x squared plus 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. It's in the form that we can proceed. All the terms are on the one side and 0 is on the other side. And we have a positive number in front of the x squared. So now we can proceed. We look at the factors of 2. So we say 2 times 1 gives us 2, and we look at the factors of the 1. So we say 1 times 1 is equal to 1. So now we cross multiply. We say 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1. But 1 plus 2 equals 3 and does not equal to 5. So now we look at other factors for 2 and 1, but there aren't any. So now the only thing that we can do is to use the formula to solve this quadratic equation. There's another way you can see when to use the equation, which I'll discuss in my next video. But you can also use the formula with any quadratic equation if you'd like. So now we have this equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So now we can say a is equal to 2, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to 1. So now it all just comes down to substituting these three numbers into this formula. So now we can say x is equal to minus 5 plus or minus the square root of now b squared. That is just 5 squared. So that is 5 squared minus 4. Now a is equal to 2 here, and c is equal to 1. So it's minus 4 times 2 times 1. Divided by 2 times 2, because a is equal to 2. So now we can write out these two x's. So we can say x is equal to, now it doesn't matter if you use the plus or the minus first, because you're going to use both. So I'm first going to use the minus. So I'll say that 1x is equal to minus 5 minus, now 5 squared is 25, and minus 4 times 2 times 1 is minus 8. So that is equal to 17. So I can say the 1x is equal to minus 5 minus the square root of 17 divided by, now 2 times 2 is 4. Or I can say x is equal to minus 5 plus the square root of 17 divided by 4. So there I have the two x's for this quadratic equation. The one solution is minus 5 minus the square root of 17, all of that divided by 4. Or the other x is minus 5 plus the square root of 17, all of that divided by 4. So now I'm going to start with the second question. which is x squared plus 5x plus 3. So now it is x squared plus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now if you look here, the only factors of 3 is 3 and 1, but 3 plus 1 gives me 4, but doesn't give me 5. So there's no other factors of 3, so I'm also stuck here. So that's why I'm going to use the formula. So now this is also in the general form ax squared plus bx plus c, and we have all the terms on the one side and 0 on the other side, and there's a positive number in front of the x squared. So now we can say a is equal to 1, b is again in this case equal to 5, and c in this case is equal to 3. Now I would suggest knowing the formula off by heart, because it will save you much time to just work it out than to turn to the formula page to see what is the formula. So now I can say x is equal to minus b. So minus b in this case is minus 5, plus or minus the square root of b squared. Now b squared is 5 squared in this case, minus 4. Now a is equal to 1 and c is equal to 3. So it's minus 4 times 1 times 3. All of that divided by 2a. Now a is equal to 1, so it's divided by just 2 times 1. So now I can write out my x answers. So I can say x is equal to minus 5 plus, now it doesn't matter if I use the plus or the minus first. Now 5 squared is 25. 5 squared is 25. And minus 4 times 1 times 3 is minus 12. So that is equal to 13. So I can say my 1x is equal to minus 5 plus the square root of 13 divided by 2 times 1 is just 2. Or I can say the other x is equal to minus 5 minus the square root of 13 divided by 2. Now you can simplify the answers for these x's, but it's not necessary if you're not asked to. If they ask you to simplify it, I'd suggest simplifying it, but if they say nothing, you can just leave your answer as x equal to minus 5 plus the square root of 13, all of that divided by 2, or x is equal to minus 5 minus the square root of 13, all of that divided by 2. So that is the method to solving equations that require solving quadratic equations that require the formula, and it all just comes down to getting a, b and c and substituting it into the formula. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, you're a lot smarter than your calculator, and please consider subscribing and remember the bell icon.